Do you often wait for major milestones to feel accomplished? You're missing out on the power of celebrating the small wins along the way. In this video, I'll share why recognizing your small victories is essential for building confidence, maintaining motivation, and achieving your biggest goals. Learn how to shift your mindset, embrace progress over perfection, and transform the way you approach your goals with powerful advice and inspiring stories. Have you ever climbed a mountain? Or maybe tried to? You probably had a specific goal in mind, reaching the summit. But what about the steps along the way? Did you stop to admire the views, catch your breath, and celebrate the progress you made with each step? Hi there, my name is insert name. And today I want to talk to you about something that might just transform the way you approach your goals. The importance of celebrating small wins. You see, life is a journey filled with peaks and valleys, and far too often, we focus so much on the destination that we forget to acknowledge how far we've come. But here's the thing. Big success is built on small victories. So, grab a cup of tea or coffee, sit back, and let's dive into why celebrating small wins matters and how doing so can make all the difference in your life. Part 1. Why we overlook small wins. Let's start with a simple truth. Most of us are wired to look for the big finish. We think, I'll feel happy when I get that promotion, hit my weight loss goal, or buy that house. Sound familiar? But this mindset robs us of so much joy and motivation. I remember a time in my own life when I was chasing a major career goal. I had set my sights on a promotion that I'd been working toward for years, but in the process, I ignored every small accomplishment along the way. The projects I aced, the skills I improved, the relationships I built. By the time I achieved the promotion, I felt more drained than excited. Why? Because I had forgotten to celebrate the journey. When we overlook small wins, we miss out on opportunities to build momentum, confidence, and gratitude. And without those things, even the biggest achievements can feel hollow. Part 2. The power of small wins. Here's the good news. Small wins are everywhere. Every time you take a step toward your goal, no matter how small, you're making progress. And when you celebrate those steps, you're sending a powerful message to yourself. I'm capable. I'm moving forward. I'm enough. Research backs this up. Studies in psychology show that recognizing small achievements triggers dopamine, the feel-good chemical in your brain. This creates a positive feedback loop that motivates you to keep going. Think of it like climbing a staircase. Each step you take builds on the one before it. You don't have to leap to the top in one giant jump. You just have to keep moving, one step at a time. Part 3. How to celebrate small wins. So, how do you celebrate small wins in a meaningful way? Let me share some practical tips and personal stories that have helped me along the way. Keep a victory journal. Every evening, take a moment to write down one small win from your day. It could be as simple as completing a task you've been procrastinating on, or making time for a 10-minute workout. When I started doing this, I was amazed at how quickly my perspective shifted. Instead of focusing on what I hadn't done, I began to see all the progress I was making. Over time, this practice built a sense of gratitude and confidence that fueled my motivation. Reward yourself. Celebrating doesn't have to be extravagant. Sometimes, a small reward is enough to acknowledge your progress. For example, after completing a challenging project, I treat myself to my favorite coffee shop. It's a small gesture, but it reinforces the idea that my efforts are worth celebrating. Share your wins. There's something powerful about sharing your successes with others, no matter how small they may seem. Whether it's a friend, a family member, or a community, letting others celebrate with you creates a sense of connection and accountability. I remember when I was learning to meditate, a practice I struggled to stick with at first. I started sharing my progress with a friend. Celebrating each day, I managed to sit for 5 minutes. Their encouragement kept me going, and before I knew it, meditation became a daily habit. Reflect on your growth. Take time to look back and see how far you've come. When we're in the middle of a journey, it's easy to lose sight of the progress we've made. One of my favorite ways to reflect is by looking at old journal entries. Recently, I came across a note from a time when I was just starting my journey as a speaker. Reading it reminded me of all the steps I'd taken since then, and it filled me with a sense of pride and gratitude. Part 4. Why small wins lead to big success. Celebrating small wins isn't just about feeling good in the moment. It's about building the habits, mindset, and momentum that lead to long-term success. Here's an analogy I love. Imagine you're filling a jar with tiny drops of water. Each drop might seem insignificant on its own, but over time, those drops add up to something powerful. The same is true for your goals. Each small win you celebrate is like a drop in the jar, building toward the life you want. Part 5. Overcoming the fear of not enough. Sometimes we hesitate to celebrate small wins because we tell ourselves, it's not enough. I haven't done anything big yet. But let me tell you something. Every step forward is enough. I once worked with someone who was learning to rebuild their life after a difficult period. At first, they felt ashamed to celebrate small victories, like getting out of bed or going for a walk. But over time, they realized that those small steps were monumental in their journey. Today, they look back on those moments with pride because they were the foundation of their growth. So, if you ever feel like your progress isn't worth celebrating, remember this. Small wins are proof that you're moving forward, and that's always worth acknowledging. Key takeaways from this video are: small wins build momentum and confidence. Celebrating progress triggers positive emotions that fuel motivation. Keep a victory journal to recognize your daily achievements. Reward yourself in small but meaningful ways. Share your wins with others to build connection and accountability. Reflect on your growth to see how far you've come. Small wins are the foundation of big success. Overcome the fear of not enough by focusing on progress, not perfection. Each step forward is worth celebrating. Life is a journey. Honor every small victory along the way. Finally, what I meant to say, life is a series of small moments, small steps, and small wins. When we take the time to celebrate them, we create a life that's rich with gratitude, progress, and joy. So, here's my challenge for you. Take a moment today to celebrate one small win. Write it down, share it with someone, or simply take a deep breath and say, I'm proud of myself. And if this message resonated with you, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment about a small win you're celebrating today, and subscribe to this channel for more inspiration. Remember, my friend, the journey is just as important as the destination. Celebrate every step along the way.